Good evening and welcome to the Seth Joyner Show. The Eagles' comeback win Sunday over the Buffalo Bills could possibly be one of the most amazing and improbable victories I've seen, and I've been around football for a long time. This Nick Sirianni, Jaylen Herz-led football team is truly a treasure to behold this year. How can the team maintain itself on life supports for 3 quarters and pull itself from the jaws of defeat in back-to-back weeks is beyond explanation. Yet here they are, 10-1, best record in the NFL, NFC, and the NFC East. It's time for my breakdown. This was truly a tale of 2 halves for the Eagles on both offense and defense. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills in the first half dominated this football game in another cold and wet Sunday. The defense seemed to have no answer for the Bills' offense. Josh Allen was the offense with 209 yards passing on 19 of 32 and 1 passing touchdown. The run game was similar. Allen led the way on the ground as well, accounting for 40 of the total 67 first half rushing yards with 1 touchdown, which carried the Bills to a 17-7 first half lead. While his numbers came back to earth in the second half, 41 yards on the ground and 8 for 13 passing for 113 yards, he still managed 14 second half points. A 16-yard run and a 7-yard pass to Gabe Davis to make the Birds' comeback that much more difficult and seemingly impossible. Offensively, Hertz and the crew looked like a rudderless ship lost at sea over the first 30 minutes of the game. The Eagles went into halftime trailing the Bills 17-7, same as last week versus the Chiefs. After a 3-and-out to start the second half, OC Brian Johnson and Jaylen Herz found their footing. Hertz orchestrated scoring drives on plays of 6 yards for 62 yards, 7 plays for 75 yards, and a 3-play, 32-yard touchdown following James Bradbury's interception to take their first lead of the game. Josh Allen then followed with a 10-play, 74-yard touchdown drive of his own to retake the lead at 31-28. Hertz, with 1 minute and 21 seconds left in the game, positioned Jake Elliott for a 59-yard field goal, sending the game into overtime. In the overtime period, Josh Allen converted 2 third downs before settling for a 40-yard field goal by Tyler Bass to take the lead at 34-31. Hertz completed the comeback on the 12-yard quarterback run, sealing the Eagles' 10th win of the season, 34-37. It goes without saying that not only is this team built like the city of brotherly love, but so is the coaching staff. They may be down, but never out. There's this inherent belief from the top down, as long as there's time on the clock, we'll find a way to win the game. That's my breakdown. After a quick break, the incomparable Angelo Cataldi joins me to talk the Birds' win over the Bills in the upcoming heavyweight bout next Sunday versus the San Francisco 49ers.
When you open the BetParx app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Plus, get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. BetParx.
This is Seth Joyner, top analyst for the Birds. I've also analyzed the best auto dealerships, and I drive a Davis Honda.
Fall into savings at Davis Honda. Over 300 cars available. And right now, get rates as low as 0.9% at Davis Honda in Burlington. Plus, you'll get 2 years of free oil changes on every new and used Davis Honda vehicle. See why Davis Honda continues to win outstanding awards for sales and service, including the highest award from Honda, the President's Award. Get to Davis Honda in Burlington.
Fall into savings at Davis Honda.
Welcome to Bridgeview Partners, where IT and business innovation merge. We're not just another tech company. We're your strategic partner in navigating the ever-evolving digital landscape. Our team of experts tailors cutting-edge solutions to fit your unique needs, and ensuring your success is our top priority. Elevate your business with Bridgeview Partners. Discover the power of partnership and tech innovation today. Contact us now to experience the difference. Bridgeview Partners, where innovation meets excellence.
If you understand that success is built on trusted relationships and dependable performance, Mid-Penn Bank is the right bank for you. We're on a mission to prove that the right bankers can make a big difference. We work harder, we get things done, and we're in your corner. With financial centers strategically located throughout the greater Philadelphia region and new locations in central New Jersey, we're ready to bring you the best in commercial and personal banking. Call or visit us today to connect with a professional Mid-Penn banker. Member FDIC. Go Eagles!
At Revolution X, we know that fortunes are made in times of uncertainty. Are you selling your investment real estate? Are you interested in deferring your tax with a 1031 exchange? At RevX, we're experts in 1031 exchange planning and the use of passive real estate options using DSTs. Not in the midst of an exchange and want to invest in real estate but don't know where to start? Revolution X has institutional-grade real estate options for any size investor right now. Set up a consultation at RevXWealth.com. RevX, defer the tax, maximize the gain.
This segment is brought to you by Davis Honda of Burlington. Welcome back. Listen, I'm honored to welcome now the former voice of WIP and now current author, Angelo Cataldi. Angelo, I had to wait till you retired to actually get you on my show. And now this whole author thing, okay, go ahead and plug your book right quick. I know you got one sitting by. Go ahead and show people what you got there.
It's called Loud, because that's what I was for 33 years. And I think people will really enjoy it if they enjoyed our book. It's available at Amazon, and you could personalize order at angelocataldi.com. And I'm sure I must say something good about you in there too, Seth, because I loved working with you, man. You tell it real, and I love doing that with you.
So you're going to make me go buy the book. So let's jump into it. I've caught you on a few interviews and podcasts over the last couple of weeks, and I know that you have reservations about this team and how they're winning. But you can't deny all they do is win, Ange.
Seth, I hope we're speaking the same language. They're 10-1. They are 2 games better than any other team in the NFL, and that defense stinks, all right? It stinks. 500 yards against Buffalo, 34 points, including overtime. I don't see how that's sustainable. You're the defensive expert. If I was still doing a show, I'd be dying to hear what you say. How do you sustain this when you keep giving up all those yards and big points in big spots? I don't get it.
I get your point, but the last time that the Eagles defense gave up 500 yards in a game, they won Super Bowl 57, Ange.
Yeah, that was about as big an outlier as you could imagine. Seth, there's no way Seth Joyner's watching this and going, yeah, this makes sense. This is good. This will be great. Oh, another first down for the other guys. That'll be good. That's not the way you played.
Hey, listen, I agree with you 100%, but Ange, you cannot argue with 10-1. They're 2 games above everybody else in the National Football League and their conference right now. Listen, I know that you've got questions about Nick Sirianni and have some major doubts about his coordinators, both of his coordinators, I should say. What's your opinion on the job that Nick is doing and how his coordinators are holding up?
Look, I love the emotion on the sideline. I think that connects with this fan base great. I think he's got a philosophical problem. And, I put a lot of the blame on Jonathan Gannon last year. They blew the Super Bowl in the second half because they never blitzed. They weren't aggressive. Now it looks like he's got Sean Desai doing the same kind of stuff. So I'm assuming it's coming from Nick. Seth, it's not going to win a Super Bowl. You got to be tougher. You got to go after the quarterback way more than they're doing. And I got to see that. I want to see it. They've got the talent up front to harass a quarterback way more than they're doing this year. And I want to see it. I want more blitzing. I want more aggression. And if they get that, then maybe they can do it. But I am not happy with what I'm seeing. And they're 10-1.
Listen, there's a certain side of me that agrees with you because I'm aggressive by nature. So listen, ever since Carson Wentz has departed, there's a few fans that felt like, could Jaylen Herz be the guy? I believe he's put that narrative to bed. We've witnessed all his intangibles as a quarterback, as a leader, but what impresses you the most about Jaylen Herz?
Calm under pressure. I'm going to say this right outset. All the years, and I was on for a whole lot of Eagle quarterback. My favorite Eagle quarterback ever is Jaylen Herz because you never think you're out of a game. Even if you're down 10, you know this guy, he forgets a mistake and he gives you everything he's got on the next. And when he ran into the end zone, he held his arms up for the crowd. And that was the best moment of this whole season in overtime. I just loved it. I love him. I love his attitude. Man, he is so different from Wentz. He is mental toughness personified. The last guy like him was a linebacker. I don't know if you ever heard of him, Seth Joyner. Same kind of player.
Well, thank you, Angelo. I appreciate that. You know, everyone has waited for how this Eagles team has played all year for it to catch up with them. Even you have some reservations, yet they're 10-1. The Jets game, that might have been the outlier. That game tripped them up. Is this sustainable? Can they beat the 49ers, spotting them 10 like they've done the last 2 weeks against the Chiefs and the Bills, and yet come back?
That's a great test. That's the one you want to see. I thought Kansas City would be a great test. Somehow they won that game because a wide receiver dropped a wide open touchdown pass. Last week they won because it was miscommunication on the third down play in overtime with the Bills because they were right on the doorstep. So was that luck or not? If they can beat the Niners by whatever means, I have to stop bitching and understand that this team has something special about it. But I got to see it again, Seth. I'm not ready to sign off on it yet because it doesn't seem sustainable to me. So keep doing it, and then maybe you'll even convince me.
So, Aaron, you know, listen, you just echoed some of the things that bother me. Why is the national media continuously disrespecting Nick Sirianni, Jaylen Herz, and his football teams? There's always these mitigating reasons as to why they won, except for, you know, the way that the team played. They forced turnovers. They forced the issue. Football is a game of force on force. So if they won the game, why can't people just give them credit for winning the game no matter how they win the football game?
I can't. I don't do it. I'm like a movie critic, you know. I love the second act, but I didn't like the ending, that kind of stuff, or flip it around. Here's the bottom line on it, all right? If you're playing the way they're playing, if you're 28th in the league in pass defense, how can people say you're great? You're not great if you're 28th. There's only 5 teams below them that in terms of defending the pass. When you're giving up 300, 400 yards a game, when you're middle of the road overall in defense, you're 14th in the league in defense, you're not elite. You're not good enough. And but you're 10-1. So we got to keep seeing it. Seth, I would be shocked if the Eagles won the Super Bowl if they kept playing like this. Somewhere along the way, reality is going to set in.
And you just know that the reason why you have 3 phases to a team is that when one team falls off or slacks, the other 2 kind of pick you up. They've kind of ham and egged it, if I want to apply a golf term to this. They've ham and egged it all season long. Now Sunday, like the young people like to say, the link is gonna be absolutely lit. Although I don't see this as a must-win game, I'd like to hear your opinion. I'd like to see all 3 phases come together in this game. Who do you like on Sunday night and why?
I like the Niners because I think that they present to you in McCaffrey a guy who's going to gash your run defense if it keeps going the way it did against the Bills last week. And Brock Purdy, he's so accurate, and he really knows how best to use his weapons. So I'm going to go 27-21 Niners because the Philadelphia Eagles defense is not ready to beat a great team like San Francisco. I am a doubter here. I realize I'm adding a lot of negativity to what you're doing here, Seth, but I'm just giving you what I feel. They're not playing well enough to beat the Niners.
All righty. Hey, listen, my friend, I can't tell you how happy I am to be sitting on the other side asking you the questions instead of you asking me the questions. Thanks for your time. I always appreciate you, Ange.
Remember the book, Loud. Check it out.
There you go.
Love you, Seth. Thank you, buddy.
You got it. Up next, Sean Brace is here to get you prepared for Week 13's fantasy and betting picks.
When you open the BetParks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the energy of being all in, the passion of a perfect parlay, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's another opportunity to win big every day of the week. Sign up for BetParks and get a welcome offer today. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. BetParks.
This is Seth Joyner, top analyst for the Birds. I've also analyzed the best auto dealerships, and I drive a Davis Honda.
Fall into savings at Davis Honda. Over 300 cars available. And right now, get rates as low as 0.9% at Davis Honda in Burlington. Plus, you'll get 2 years of free oil changes on every new and used Davis Honda vehicle. See why Davis Honda continues to win outstanding awards for sales and service, including the highest award from Honda, the President's Award. Get to Davis Honda in Burlington.
Fall into savings at Davis Honda.
Welcome to Bridgeview Partners, where IT and business innovation merge. We're not just another tech company. We're your strategic partner in navigating the ever-evolving digital landscape. Our team of experts tailors cutting-edge solutions to fit your unique needs, and ensuring your success is our top priority. Elevate your business with Bridgeview Partners. Discover the power of partnership and tech innovation today. Contact us now to experience the difference. Bridgeview Partners, where innovation meets excellence.
JP Mascaro and Sons is a family-owned, locally operated solid waste service company in business for over 60 years. You've seen the red trucks with the blue elephant that symbolizes strength and reliability. Mascaro is different than other national brands. Like the Birds, Philadelphia is home. They'll take care of all your waste removal needs. They have it all: an experienced workforce, state-of-the-art equipment, a cutting-edge recycling center, and their own disposal facilities. Call 888-MASCARO or visit jpmascaro.com.
At Mandrecchia Law, we win big personal injury cases, but we always tell our clients up front that those cases almost always hinge on how much insurance coverage people or companies have. At Mandrecchia Law, we don't sell insurance, but we're experts at helping our clients make sure they have the right insurance to protect their businesses and families. Do you have the right insurance? Most people don't. For a consultation, visit mmattorneys.com or call 610-584-0700. Mandrecchia Law, aggressive attorneys who get the job done.
This segment is brought to you by BetParks. Welcome back. For my fantasy and betting crowd, follow my guy Sean Brace at Sean_Brace or at FoxPHLGambler.com. Sean, what's good? 6 games left in this intense season. The intensity is on the rise, my friend.
Yeah, tell me about it. Week 13 is here, Seth. A little sad, but that means we just got to sink our teeth into what's left. And I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about. That 49ers and Eagles on Sunday. Let's go.
Let's get it. All right. Now, so let's start with your picks for this week. Give me your 4 top games and what you like most for week 13.
All right, so we're going to start with the sports gambling side, the sides first here. And to me, this is essentially we got to find the bad teams, of course, led by a terrible quarterback. So pretty easy for me this week, I believe. We'll see how this one plays out come Monday. But first and foremost, we're going to start with the Texans. They're at home versus Denver Broncos, given 3, and this number is on the move. But 3.5, I'm good with that. The Broncos have won 5 straight with a lot of luck on their side. C.J. Stroud is that dude, and so is Tank Dell. I like the Texans to put an end to that win streak at home. Give me the Houston Texans on Sunday. Next 3 are pretty simple. As I said, bad football teams with terrible quarterbacks. The Chargers, not a lot of luck for them lately. Losers of 3 straight. They're on the road against New England. Patriots are a disaster. I don't care who the quarterback is. I like the Chargers to cover 4.5 on the road at New England. The Panthers just fired their head coach. All right, this isn't Harry High School. This isn't Division III football. Nothing rah-rah from the special teams coordinator is going to help them out when they're on the road against the Tampa Bay Bucks. I like the Bucks to put points on the board. Give me Tampa Bay in that one. And finally, no matter who starts at quarterback for the New York Jets, this season is a wrap. Keep Rodgers and bubble tape. Keep them on that podcast circuit. The Falcons win on the road in New York. I like Atlanta to keep their momentum going from last week and find that win at MetLife.
Okay, so on the fantasy side, give me your players and defense that you're favoring for this week.
All right, 4 fantasy players we love this week. We're going to start with the old gunslinger, Matthew Stafford. Had a really great performance last week against the Cardinals. I expect that to continue this week versus the Browns. Cleveland might start Joe Flacco. What year is this? Yes, wow. Joe Flacco might be the starting quarterback So I just expect possessions to be there for L.A. Running back, Alvin Kamara. The Saints are as mediocre as it gets. Plus, they're dealing with a ton of injuries at the wide receiver position. Olave might be missing with concussion protocol. I like Kamara to get a ton of work. So give me him coming out of the running back position. They're taking on the Detroit Lions at home, so that we should see some points there. A.J. Brown over at the wide receiver position. I just don't expect the Eagles to be able to run the football. More on that in just a second. The lights are shining bright in this NFC Championship rematch, especially if Dallas Goedert returns to the mix. I like A.J. Brown to be that standout receiver for Jaylen Herz, so I'm going to roll with A.J. in that one. And finally, the defense that I love this week, they looked really good. T.J. Watt, Defensive Player of the Year last year, 13.5 sacks right now. I think they tallied up 4 or 5 sacks last week versus the Bengals. Give me the Steelers going up against a terrible Cardinals squad on Sunday.
All right, so to close this thing out, what players in defense are you fading this week?
All right, it's interesting because we're going to fade Tua. And the reason why we're going to fade Tua is just he doesn't have to do much. They're going up against Commanders. We just saw the Commanders play on Thanksgiving. They're atrocious. They're already thinking about the offseason. For me, Tua is just going to play it simple, keep handing the rock off. So I'm going to fade him, especially for what it would cost him to be my starting quarterback. Out of the running back position, Seth, since they added Chase Young, they're just continuing to get better. They're adding new wrinkles week after week. We haven't even seen what this defense can do just yet. And plus, they're rested. I think this is going to be a really difficult game for the Eagles to run the football against the 49ers. We're fading DeAndre Swift with all love. And then wide receiver position, Jake Browning is the starting quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't think 90% of America has any idea who this kid is. So Jamar Chase, really expensive at the wide receiver position. We're going to fade him. They're taking on a tough Jacksonville team on Monday night. Oh, by the way, Monday night has just been the game to stay under the total, so points at a premium there. And finally, the defense I'm looking to fade. It pains me, but it's the Eagles. We just don't know what's going on with Fletcher Cox. He's probably going to miss this week. Jordan Davis, will he be healthy? Linebackers, the defense just got picked apart by Josh Allen. Again, this 49ers team is rested, and they're 3-point road favorites. I think Vegas is trying to tell us something a little bit there. It's going to be a really difficult game for the defense on Sunday in the Eagles.
All right, Sean, we'll see now. We'll see. It's always great to hear your picks, man. I think I'm going to take your 4-way parlay this week, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you soon, my friend.
Holiday season's here. Let's get that money.
Up next, my closing comments and predictions for Sunday's epic matchup, the 49ers versus your 10-1 Philadelphia Eagles.
JP Mascaro & Sons is a family-owned, locally operated solid waste service company in business for over 60 years. You've seen the red trucks with the blue elephant that symbolizes strength and reliability. Mascaro is different than other national brands. Like the birds, Philadelphia is home. They'll take care of all your waste removal needs. They have it all: an experienced workforce, state-of-the-art equipment, a cutting-edge recycling center, and their own disposal facilities. Call 888-MASCARO or visit jpmascaro.com.
At Mandrecchia Law, we win big personal injury cases, but we always tell our clients up front that those cases almost always hinge on how much insurance coverage people or companies have. At Mandrecchia Law, we don't sell insurance, but we're experts at helping our clients make sure they have the right insurance to protect their businesses and families. Do you have the right insurance? Most people don't. For a consultation, visit mmattorneys.com or call 610-584-0700. Mandrecchia Law, aggressive attorneys who get the job done. At Revolution X, we know that fortunes are made in times of uncertainty. Are you selling your investment real estate? Are you interested in deferring your tax with a 1031 exchange? At RevX, we're experts in 1031 exchange planning and the use of passive real estate options using DSTs. Not in the midst of an exchange and want to invest in real estate but don't know where to start? Revolution X has institutional grade real estate options for any size investor right now. Set up a consultation at RevXWealth.com. RevX, defer the tax, maximize the gain.
If you understand that success is built on trusted relationships and dependable performance, Mid-Penn Bank is the right bank for you. We're on a mission to prove that the right bankers can make a big difference. We work harder, we get things done, and we're in your corner. With financial centers strategically located throughout the greater Philadelphia region and new locations in central New Jersey, we're ready to bring you the best in commercial and personal banking. Call or visit us today to connect with a professional Mid-Penn banker. Member FDIC. Go Eagles! When you open the BetParks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the confidence and underdogs covering, the tension before a clutch turnover, and the pride of a parlay paying off. It's another chance to win big with all-day action. Plus, win your first $10 bet and get $125 in sports bonus bets. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. BetParx.
This segment is brought to you by Bridgeview Partners. Welcome back. This game has been circled on everyone's schedule since the schedule was released. It's a fact that the 49ers and the Eagles are the class of the NFC Conference, and I don't care what the Cowboys fans have to say about it. This is going to be a heavyweight bout, probably round 1 of 2 this year. Starting with the 49ers offense, I believe that this will be the Eagles' greatest test and Sean Desai's biggest chess match to date. The Niners offense uses a multitude of formations, personnel groupings, and motions to try to confuse defenses. It's safe to say that it's more window dressing than anything else. They do a lot of mixing and matching personnel. They are the rare offense that can be a combination of physical and or finesse football. The key, in my opinion, is stopping this offense from getting Christian McCaffrey going in the run game and get him under control early. They want to pass the ball off of play action, bootlegs, and misdirections. Nullify the run game, nullify those elements of their offense. Once the Birds get the run game under control, they'll need to apply pressure to Purdy, take away his first read, and make him move off his spot, much like they did in the NFC Championship game last year. Offensively, Sirianni and Johnson will have their hands full with this Niner defensive front, especially if Lane Johnson is not ready by Sunday. Although the 49ers are only yielding 82 yards per game on the ground, the Eagles can ill afford to fall in love with the pass-happy approach against this team. They thrive and they feed off the pass rush, particularly when they have a lead. Offensively, the Eagles need to be patient. The name of the game is first downs. The Eagles' offense ranks first in the National Football League in third down conversions, so move the chains, eat the clock up, and shorten the game. By doing so, you complement the offense. The Bills ran 92 plays to the Eagles' 65s. It'll be taxing for the Birds' defense to have to play another 70-plus plays following that workload. At the end of the day, this should be the Eagles' toughest opponent this year. There's bad blood between these teams from last year, and the 49ers know that a loss at the Link all but wraps up home field throughout the playoff for the Birds. I believe the coaching staff and players alike know that this game will require their A game. So I expect them to come out and match the Niners' energy and intensity. The Eagles have found ways all seasons to win, and although this isn't a must-win game, it's the next opponent. That's how they've approached it each and every week, leading them to a 10-1 record. I like the Eagles in a tight game, 14-17 on a late Jake Elliott field goal. How fitting. Thanks for tuning in. That's the show for tonight. I'll see you next week as we look back on the 49ers game and look ahead. It is once again Cowboys week. Good night, Philly.